You're cozy in bed, ready for a peaceful night's sleep. It's coming from you, but you have no idea. You sleep through it all, blissfully unaware. Why does this happen? Is it possible that you are making a ruckus in your sleep and not even know it? Yep, it's true, and it's happening to millions of people each night. We know it's not the sound that makes you deaf to your own snoring. So what is it? I'm a doctor. Let's dive into the science behind why some people can snore like a bear without realizing it. For instance, nasal congestion due to allergies or a cold can cause snoring. Well, when you snore, the noise is generated inside your body. After a while, you just tune it out, even though it might be blaring. That's exactly what's happening with snoring. Your brain tunes out the sound so you can continue sleeping peacefully. How? Well, sometimes when you snore, the sound can be heard through closed doors, windows, or even by your bed partner. And when that happens, your brain, the audience, might wake up long enough to register the sound. Each time it happens, your brain briefly wakes you up just enough to reopen the airway. You might not remember these awakenings, but they disrupt your sleep, leaving you fatigued the next day. It's like catching a glimpse of yourself in a mirror. Imagine being interrupted from sleep 30 times or more every night. It's bound to leave you feeling exhausted. When you inhale, your diaphragm and all the muscles between your ribs expand your lungs, pulling air inside. As the muscles in the throat relax during sleep, the soft palate and tongue can slide back and narrow the airway. It helps to pay attention to the type of snoring you're doing. Are there noticeable pauses in your breathing between snores? If so, that could indicate sleep apnea. It also increases the risk of accidents due to daytime fatigue. Fortunately, treatment options are available. It could be your body's way of telling you that there's a bigger issue at play. The most common is continuous positive airway pressure, or CPAP, which uses a mask to deliver a steady stream of air to keep the airway open. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them below. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay curious. That's another sign that you might be experiencing sleep apnea. So if you're concerned about your snoring, don't hesitate to reach out to a healthcare professional. It can guide you through the necessary steps to address it, whether it's a lifestyle change or a sleep study. This means air struggles to get through, causing a buildup of pressure in the throat. It's about your health and well-being. So don't snooze on this issue. Eventually, the pressure's high enough to push the relaxed muscles back, allowing air to rush in. A sudden rush of air can make a distinctive sound. Sometimes it can be loud enough to wake up the sleeper, but often it's not. Normally, as the air moves down your windpipe, it passes through a series of filters, including your nose, hairs, mucus, and cilia, which trap dirt, germs, and other particles. Once the air reaches your lungs, it fills tiny sacs called alveoli, which are surrounded by capillaries. Oxygen from the air diffuses into the bloodstream, while carbon dioxide from the blood diffuses into the alveoli. From there, the air travels back up the windpipe and out of your body. Your brain, the audience, is still focused on the main performance, sleep, but it takes a moment to acknowledge the reflection. But don't be fooled into thinking that's the end of the story. While you might have caught a glimpse of yourself snoring, it doesn't mean you're fully aware of the extent of your nocturnal noise-making. Many people who have woken up from their own snoring still do not realize how loud or frequent it is. They might chalk it up to a one-off or underestimate how disruptive it was to others. Your brain is essentially being both the orchestra and the audience. It's creating the music, but it's also trying to enjoy the show. You see, snoring isn't always just a nuisance. Well, yes, sometimes people who snore can become aware of it. How? Well, imagine living in a house where the walls are paper thin. Any noise, no matter how small, is amplified and travels easily throughout the whole structure. It's the same with some people who snore. Their bodies might be more sensitive to vibrations, or they might have a thinner skull or softer facial bones. All of these factors can make the sound louder and more noticeable to the person snoring. But not everyone experiences this. For many, the sound is muffled and filtered out, keeping them in blissful ignorance. But it's hard to appreciate the symphony when you're part of the orchestra. Your brain, in this case, the audience, is so focused on the task of keeping you asleep that it just tunes out the sound. Same thing with a deviated septum or enlarged tonsils. Obesity is another common cause, especially fat deposits in the neck area, which can put pressure on your airway. Also, alcohol consumption before bed can relax the throat muscles, leading to snoring. Certain medications, including muscle relaxants and sedatives, can also contribute. Even the shape of your throat can play a role. Some people have naturally narrower airways, making them more prone to snoring. This blockage causes the soft tissues in your throat to vibrate. You know how when air moves through a narrow space, it can make a whistling sound, like when you blow air through a wind instrument? Well, snoring is kind of like that, except instead of a musical instrument, it's your throat. The air keeps flowing, but the vibration of the tissues creates that familiar rattling or rumbling sound. Millions of people worldwide are unknowingly producing symphony orchestra level of noise each night. During sleep, our brains go through various stages, including light sleep, deep sleep, and rapid eye movement or REM sleep. In the deeper stages, especially slow wave sleep, our brain significantly reduces its response to external stimuli. Think of it like your brain is playing a game of hide and seek. It's hiding and it's really good at ignoring distractions. This is a survival mechanism. Your brain tries to keep you asleep so your body can rest, repair, and reset itself. Now let's add a twist to this scenario. You're in the midst of a nap when suddenly you hear a loud crash. You startle awake thinking, "What was that?" When you're awake, even a tiny sound can be startling. But while sleeping in deep stages, our brains are designed to tune out noises, no matter how loud they are. So even if you're creating a racket in your sleep, your own brain remains blissfully unaware. But hold on, it's not just about the sound. What causes snoring in the first place? Snoring happens when the flow of air through your mouth and nose is partly blocked during sleep. Now, why would your throat become a makeshift wind instrument? Well, several factors can lead to these blockages. But why would you be immune to the sound you're making? It's like having a chatty neighbor who plays loud music at night. But wait, you've been nodding along, haven't you? Surely you must have heard it at least once. Still, some people manage to catch a glimpse of themselves snoring. So what if you're not bothered by your own snoring? Is it still a problem? Absolutely. Obstructive sleep apnea occurs when your airway becomes completely or partially blocked multiple times during the night. Here's how it works. But in people with sleep apnea, the process is interrupted. Each episode of apnea can last anywhere from a few seconds to minutes, and they can happen dozens or even hundreds of times per night. So if you notice gaps in your memory, find yourself sleeping during the day, or experience persistent fatigue, it might be time to talk to your doctor about sleep apnea. But how do you know if your snoring is normal or a sign of sleep apnea? Treating sleep apnea is crucial because it has been associated with serious health problems like high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and depression. So if you or someone you care about is snoring loudly, it's not enough to just laugh it off. Remember, the first step towards addressing a problem is acknowledging it. You might be surprised to learn that you're not alone in this. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more informative content.